Hi, hello. Thanks for joining me. Welcome to the first in the series of the Friday Farms. For some of you, this will be quite a shock, as usually I'd be playing Flight Simulator. However, I've decided that on Fridays I'm going to rotate my content between Friday Farm, Friday Flight, and Friday Freight. So today we're going to go ahead and do our first stream on Farming Simulator on Stadia. I'm really excited for this. Let's go. And we're going to start a new... Despite the hard work I've put into these, as you can see, 126 hours on that map, I'm going to start a new game. We'll start with this one. What did I say? I said Felsbrunn, didn't I? I should have done Ravenfall. Never mind, we'll do Felsbrunn. Hope you've had a good day. Okay, cool. Here we go. Right, let's get rid of the tips. So we own those two fields. You can see on the map, we own fields 19 and 20. We've got £100,000. We've got this nice little starter tractor. This really poor tractor. It appears we have another tractor over there. So we've got a fair amount of machinery. We've got our combine harvester. We're actually ready to harvest this field. And what are we doing over here? So I believe we're cultivating this field. So whilst we're here, I'm just going to quickly check the settings, make sure that it's all set up ready for how I like to play. I'm going to go real time, just because that means that the crops can't grow whilst I'm still planting them. Economic difficulty. We're going to go easy because I don't want to make this series last longer than it needs to. Traffic on, dirt on, automatic engine start off, stop and go braking, fuel low usage. Yeah. Plant growth fast, plant withering off, crop destruction on. We'll have that on. Lime required. Nope. But we will have weeds. So it's not as easy as I'd usually have it, but it's also not as hard as it could be. Let's just check this is all sorted. Okay, cool. I think we're all ready. So I'm going to go ahead and get into here. And we're going to, if I can remember the controls, I haven't played this in ages. I'm going to lower the cultivator. I'm going to do a little bit of cultivating myself, or apparently I'm not because the cultivator is stuck. Oh, no, it's because I haven't put the weight on the front of this. Okay, there we go. I'm not going to do too much of this. I'm going to get the helpers to do this, because they're a lot better at doing straight lines than I am. That's not what I want. I want lift. There we go. There's 3 of you watching. I really appreciate that. I imagine you saw my Twitter account saying Farming Simulator and you're like, is he actually playing Farming Simulator on stream? Oh, yes I am. Yes, Eli. There is far too much action going on. So I will be flying, Eli, but not this week. So what I've decided to do is rotate my content on Friday. So this week is Farming Simulator. Next week I will do a flight. And the week after I'm going to be playing Euro Truck Sim. Because a big passion of mine is simulation titles. And there aren't very many on Stadia, so... Anyway, I'm going to get the helper to carry on with this now. I'm going to jump out. And they'll get that done for me. Meanwhile, I'm going to go in the combine harvester. Let this up. Okay, we're ready. Let's lower the header and turn on the harvester. Oh, I forgot to turn the engine on. Now we can turn. This is a brand new save, yes, Eli. Brand new save. Despite having nearly 100 hours on one save and over 100 hours on another save, I decided to start a brand new one. Oh, I've just realised. I didn't particularly want straw swath. That's better. So what I've left there is bits of straw on the ground, so I can collect that and make it into bales. I don't want to though, because baling is a very time-consuming practice. Maybe later on, once we've got some more equipment, I could do that, but I wouldn't be able to afford it now anyway. I just realised my little chat thing is covering up the map. Sure, I can do anything about that. Okay, so again, I'm going to get the helper to carry on with this. Gives me the opportunity to sort out other bits and pieces. Jump out of there. Very cool. Okay, so this is a cedar. And, well, it's called a sower. Why is the bottom left corner black? The bottom left corner is black so that the chat stands out. Let me see. Maybe I could move the chat up a little bit. Get rid of that. It's not ideal, but at least now you can see the map. Okay. I'm going to plant some oaks, I think. I don't read the chat from the overlays, but it's so people can watch the stream back and see the chat without having to have chat open. So for example, if you're on a mobile, let's turn that on. So that ridge that's being dug into the field, that tells me where I have to put my wheel. So one thing we haven't got at the minute is we haven't got anything to fertilize the field. How did you not understand it? This game's nice and simple. It's got a great tutorial on this game. I've got to be honest. The tutorial's fantastic. Well, I strongly recommend that you try out the tutorial because this game can be awfully confusing. Especially if you want to get into logging. Oh my god, logging is horrendous. I don't know. I don't know, Eli. You could try and speedrun it. There is a farming sim esports, by the way. Yes, that really is something, isn't it? Right, okay, so yet again, I'm going to tell the simulator to do this for me. Get out, run over to my final tractor, and I just want to check that I don't have anything for fertilizer. No. Okay. So that's important because that's how we're going to get the greatest yield. So let's go ahead and start the engine, and we're going to buy ourselves a small fertilizer. What shall we use? We could get one of these. That does 24 meters. That's pretty damn wide. Saying that, I could get the one that comes with a trailer. I think it's a manure spreader though. Yeah, and I don't have a way of There's 5 of you watching. What's going on? Have you not got anything better to do tonight? And Eli, it's not a race. It's all right. It's all good. Right, okay. Let's find a... Which one should we go for? I think we'll go for... Oh. Thank you. Thank you very much. I need a tractor that has thin wheels. Otherwise, I'm going to destroy my crops. So if I purchase this for 20 grand, we'll go pick it up with this. Into first person, shall we? I really can't wait for Stadia to support steering wheels. I'm actually considering buying the Logitech farming gear. For my Euro Truck Sims, I'm actually planning on buying it. But if Stadia supports steering wheels, you could guarantee I'm going to be using it on there. Hey, Seedner. Thanks for joining. I hope you're ready for some no-scope action and lots of raging. No, just joking. I really hate this tractor. They always give you this tractor at the start, and I hate it. It's terrible. Oh, do you know what we didn't do? We didn't fill this. This uses solid fertilizer. So let's grab solid fertilizer. 1, 2, 3. There we go. 3 bags of solid fertilizer. Now we can do this a couple of ways. The way I am going to have to do this, because I don't own a forklift, is the easy way, where I just press a button. But what I could do is I could get a forklift and hold the bags over the top of this, and it would load the fertilizer. Okay, there we go. Oh, okay, so I don't know if you just saw that orange text pop up. It says that Helper B has almost got a full grain tank. So that is the combine harvester. So I must make sure to grab my trailer. That's the word I was looking for, trailer. And yes, see, now you can drive a forklift. There are several types of forklift that you can get on this game. So if I drop this down, let's lower this. Drop that. Ah, okay, so Dopamini, thanks for joining. The reason it's called Yet to be Titled is because as I play this, I am going to hopefully come up with something to call it. Depending on what happens during the game. Or you can name it, or suggest names. You may have noticed if you look over my previous Resident Evil streams, I've named those. I've given each episode its own name. And I'd like to do that with all of my Friday simulation content as well. The Friday flight's simple enough because most of the time it'll just be where we went. We'll leave that there for now. So one way we can make a little bit extra money on this game is once everyone's doing their jobs, I can take on a contract. So, let's turn off the engine. We don't want the train. I'm going to take a look at some contracts and we'll see what's available. We don't want to take on anything too big at the minute because I don't have the equipment for it. Oh, okay. So, we have got Harvest Field 6. So let's take a quick look at Field 6 and see how big Field 6 is. Field 6 is quite big. And I know from experience that the sunflowers Sunflowers are high yield. So, hi Miles, thanks for joining. I hope you've had a wonderful morning so far. Transport items. I don't own the equipment for that. So we'll come back. We'll come back to that a little bit later. There'll be new contracts that we can take. So this thing's got quite a massive spread. So let's have a look for... Has this got the thin tyres on? Or am I going to start destroying crops? I can't tell. Let's turn it on. Oh, I missed a little bit. That's alright. I'll go over it. Okay, so I'll have to stop here because this is too wide for that. What's this doing? Okay. Okay. Almost done. Let's see. Is there anything that I can buy to help make my life a little bit easier? Yes, Ruben, I'm farming today. Thanks for joining. I hope you've been well. Let's see. Do you know, I don't think I use disc arrows enough, but they're all quite expensive. Where is the 49,000? That's a bit expensive. Nice, and you're spending the beginning of it watching me stream Farming Sim. Oh, this is all far too expensive for me. But yes, you can get forklifts, you can get all sorts of vehicles on this. So that's a purpose-built forklift, obviously. You can get telehandlers, skid steer loaders. I really love this thing, even though it's very slow and it's quite useless. I just love the look of it. And wheel loaders. These I hate. They have this thing where the body turns instead of the wheels do turn, but the body turns as well. And yeah, it makes it really difficult when you're trying to do small movements. Okay, there we go. We've had our first helper complete their task. I'm going to fold the cultivator. In fact, we're going to unfold the cultivator because we're going to get him working on this field now. Get to work, boy. Right, one thing I didn't do was I didn't fertilize this before planting, which I really should have done. However, it's not a big issue. It just means that I'll have a lower yield. What I'll do with that field is I'll fertilize between cultivating and sowing. There really are. There really are, Cedna. I don't even own all of the DLCs. I'm missing 2 DLCs. One of them is for forestry, and honestly, this game, forestry is hard. It is such hard work. Okay, cool. So for me, one of the key things will be upgrading this combine harvester. I hate how slow this thing is. It's got such a tiny, I don't even know what that's called, header. It's got such a tiny header. So we'll definitely be looking to buy a new combine harvester. However, they are not cheap. Good question, Dopamini. The birds in the game. No, I wish they did. That would be cool. But at the same time, there would be no real way of dealing with them. I suppose I could toot the horn. Yeah, no, they don't do anything. I can't remember whether I turned on weeds. Did I turn on weeds, or was it just crop destruction? Weeds are on. Okay, so I actually don't own a weeder, and I'm going to need one. Weeder. No, no scarecrows. Right, that one is 12 meters. This one is 9 meters. This can also plant. Can plant cotton, which I'm quite surprised with. I don't particularly want to buy it outright, so I think what I might do is I might rent this weeder. And I could probably do with getting myself another little tractor if I can. If I can afford one. We could go for an electric one. I've never owned an electric. So 50. 50. Thanks for joining, Seedna. I appreciate that. So let's see. What did this say it needed? It needs 70 kilowatts. And this tractor, the rechargeable tractor, was 50 kilowatts. Okay, so that's no good. But this one would work, and it's only 39,000. Can this do thin tires? No. Okay. Pimp my tractor, eh? Let's see. Narrow tires, that's what I need. Okay, so that's 72,000. We'll lease this for now. Hey, Mike. Thanks for stopping by. going to park you there for now. Is this field done? No. It really is. It's a lovely, lovely, relaxing game. Honestly, when Stadia first released, I was just addicted to this game. Addicted like no man's business. Usually, I wouldn't start how I have. So what I did was I picked New Farmer. So it gives me fields, and it gives me equipment, and it gives me buildings. Usually what I would do is I would click Farm Manager, I think it is, where it would give me 2 million or 1 million, something like that. And I have to go out and buy all this stuff that I want. But because I didn't want to take 2 hours trying to sort out how my farm looks, I thought it best to do it this way. I am actually going to seriously considering selling this tractor. If I sell this tractor, I can buy the one that I've just leased. I did try the SteamWorld games. I really enjoyed Quest. Wasn't a fan of Heist, and I really enjoyed SteamWorld Dig 2. 1 was a bit dated for me. Oh dear. It appears the thing is done. It appears the combine harvester is full. We'll have to go over there in a second. This is the fastest this tractor goes. It's why I hate it. It's one of the slowest tractors in the game. Going at an absolute snail's pace. Breaking some traffic laws there. Okay. And we're going to sell that. I'm going to return what I've leased. Wrong button. Garage leased. Return. And then I'm going to buy that tractor. Oh, can I afford a medium? No, I don't. Just focus on what you were going to do. Buy. 72,000. There we go. Okay, so we've got our new tractor. And by the way, I don't know what you guys are like when it comes to driving games, but one thing I love in driving games is when you can control the indicators. Let me show you this. Let me show you. Look at that. Look at that. I can use my indicators. Not only that, but I can turn on my hazard lights. There we go. I couldn't remember what the button was. So our grain tank is full, so I'm going to go get that sorted. Right, we are doing wheat. So let's have a look at the wheat prices, see if there's anywhere good that we can sell this wheat. Wheat is the first symbol, by the way. Okay. 1,175. I'm happy with that price. It's not brilliant, but it's not terrible. So where did that say that was? That was at Grain Elevator East. So we'll open this. Grain Elevator. Oh, okay. Of course it's the furthest. Wow, they're all pretty far away, to be fair. I suppose for now what we could do is we could just store this. Should we just store it? I think we'll just store it for now and we'll sort that out later. By the way, something you might like is that this game is multiplayer. Not only that, it was the first game on Stadia to support crossplay. I wonder if we've got any new contracts yet, eh? Nope, still the same contracts. Do you know what? Let's go ahead and do that contract. So, now we've picked up some big boy machinery. This is like towards the end. I don't know why it's given me that. Let's try unfolding this header and putting it on there, because this doesn't need a header carrier. Whatever. Not quite. I guess that'll do. There we go. Now we go off to field number 6. Trying to be careful not to knock the header off of the back of this trailer. Should we put our hazard lights on? I think it'd probably be a good idea. Ooh, no, we don't want the radio on, because it will almost certainly be copyrighted. Got our warning beacons on too. So we're heading over to field 6, as you can see on the map there, which is the top leftmost field in the map. You crazy fool! So this is a new header. You haven't seen one of these before, but this is specifically for dealing with the crop that we're about to go for. I just realised I took the wrong turn, but it's okay. We can still get there. This game does have music, by the way. I've turned it off because it's not licensed. Not that I'm care about monetization or anything, but still, best not risk getting the video muted. Okay, so we're going to park the trailer off to the side because we don't want to don't want it getting in the way of the helper. Thank you very much, Eddie. Appreciate you stopping by. I can't imagine this is your usual sort of content. We'll go this way. Okay, so this one is specific for getting rid of. This is specific for harvesting sunflowers, and I'll show you how it works. No. Unfold harvester. Okay, here we go. Okay, so as you can see, it's got sharp teeth on these. These red spikes are used to steer the sunflower stalks towards the sharp teeth, which is then collected by this corkscrew. Goes in there, and then in here the sunflower, I think it's called the chaff. I'm not sure about the names of these things, but the stalks and the seeds are separated. Anyway, I'm going to get the helpers to deal with that because that's going to take a while. I'm going to take this lorry over there. I know I'm taking out that stop sign. There it goes. Go first person, shall we? Thank you for stopping by, Crow Resin. I much prefer how the lorries handle in Euro Truck Sim. But we make do. We make do. Oops, I meant to press that button. I meant to turn my indicator on. We're going to actually get onto here. I'm just going to park just there. see what's going on over here. Okay, so I think it's about time I get some fertilizer on that field. Oops. Have I got a spare? Yes, I have. Right, let's detach that. We need the trailer. Oh, look at that. We have almost finished harvesting this field. I tell you now, this game is not a quick game. I mean, you've probably worked that out already, but don't expect to take 10 minutes and, oh, I've done my field, because that's not how it works. And you might think it's a good idea buying the largest fields, and then you'll make the most profit. Now, whilst you will, it also means that it takes literally hours to harvest those fields. So on my other saves, on one save in particular, I think I own half of the map. And it literally takes me about 6 hours to harvest all my fields. That's the main reason why I started a new map. Okay, I need to stop that one from going too far. If I stop him on the field, then he can carry on that line. Go back to this. There we are. So the cool thing about this machinery is there's lots of different ways that you can interact with each piece of equipment. So as you saw that this could tip to the left, this can also be tipped to the right, which is pretty cool. But you can get ones that tip backwards. I'm a real big fan of the sugarcane trailers, how they empty, because those are really cool. Let's tip this up. So, beetroot. Okay. Beetroot and potato on this game is a pain. An absolute pain. I was thinking about doing it, but at the same time I know I'd be setting myself up for torture. Hi Unitrix, thanks for stopping by. So for both beetroot and potatoes, you need to plough the land before you cultivate it. And the ploughs take a long time. There's no quick way of ploughing. And when you harvest the potatoes and the beets, the width of these machines, if you look, can I use my mouse? Yes, I can. So if you look just here, you can see that's only 3 meters wide. That's the same width as my combine harvester. It's 3 meters wide. However, this thing runs very, very slowly whilst it's being, whilst it's harvesting. Beetroot's a bit quicker. However, it fills up super, super quickly. And so you're constantly battling with the game to try and make sure that your harvester isn't stopped because it's full. That said, yes, you're right, Eddie, it is quite profitable, but it's also a pain in the ass. Whereas sunflowers and soybeans are a lot less aggro, and they're also really good. I actually recommend anyone who plays this game and wants to start out, my personal recommendation is to save up for, or you can lease, which machine is it? Lease this one, the axial flow. I believe it's the axial flow. And then come over to the headers. Where's the header? Oh, no. Is it corn header? I think it's a corn header. Yeah. Okay. So you want to save up for this one, this HS16, right? Lease it because it's going to cost you a fortune. Lease it and lease an appropriate harvester, which would be the Ideal, the CR10, and the Axial Flow. Any one of these three can use that header. That's the fastest harvesting header in the game. It goes 15 kilometers per hour. Woo! Seatbelts on. But sunflowers are usually fairly well valued. They hold their price. As you can see there, sunflowers are 2,593 is the maximum price at the minute. And the sunflowers are high yield as well. However, there is an issue with sunflowers, and that is you have to buy a seeder. No, a planter. Yeah, you need to buy a planter to be able to plant sunflowers. The seeders don't plant sunflowers. Which is a shame because there are some absolutely massive seeders. Like this one, for example, which is 30 meters wide. To answer your question, Eddie, I have tried doing animals, but the amount of money that you make is so low, I just get bored. Maybe it's something I could work on for this stream. As for wood, I tried... what did I do? What's the machine? No, I haven't done wood, but I've done sugarcane, and sugarcane's a pain. Sugarcane's a real pain. The levels are deep. Yeah. I'm really looking forward to Farming Simulator 22. There's 7 of you watching this stream. You guys are all crazy. I don't put this content on expecting people to watch. I've got to be honest. I resign myself to the fact that no one's going to watch it. Okay, so we're almost full there. So let's get my lorry ready. Oops, we're still indicating. There we go. It's riveting, I know, Miles. Why am I still indicating? I keep telling it to stop. There we go. Oh, hey Ilsium. Thanks for stopping by. Nice calm. This isn't just any food. This is M&S food. I will say this. During my Friday freight, which is in a fortnight's time, where I'll be playing Euro Truck Sim, I'll be using my Toby, so eye tracking, which is a whole new experience. All of this nonsense of using a controller to turn the camera, that's gone, because I'll be using my eyes. It depends what Pokemon you're on about. If you're on about Pokemon Go, you can probably go ahead and play Farming Sim. Well, be sure to watch my Twitter, as I'll be posting streaming schedules at the beginning of each week. I don't know what Pokemon Snap is, I'm afraid. Okay, so we're getting there. I guess it's just leaving the helpers to do their thing. I don't have to worry too much about the fact that not all of the sunflowers are being harvested. A, this isn't my field, it's only a contract. And B, the contract is usually, I would have to do like 90% of the field. And I only have to sell like 85% of the field. So I can keep about 15% of this harvest and take it into my silo. Which is handy because that is almost like a tip. And no, Miles, I don't know what Pokemon Snap is. Oh, I know what we could be doing right now is we could be sowing that field. Do you remember what I did for that one? I did oats, didn't I? Well, we'll do oats again. Oh, it's so painful using this beginner, all this beginner stuff. If we get time before the end of the stream, I'll show you one of my other farms and all the equipment I have there. I think that's where the problem lies, Miles. I'm not a follower of Nintendo. I don't enjoy the games. I don't think they're particularly entertaining. I guess that's an unpopular opinion, though. I'm told I have the worst takes in the Stadia community, so I guess that's just another one of those terrible takes. I think the only Nintendo game that ever released that I particularly enjoyed was Wii Sports, and that was about it. Okay, you may as well stop. We're pretty much done. So I'm going to drive this over to the... I'm going to drive this over to my silo. I'm going to empty straight from the combine harvester. Aren't these machines wonderful? Look at how big they are. I had a wonderful discussion with the community manager for Giant Software. And he was telling me about, as a child, he used to harvest sunflowers with his family. I can't remember exactly who family members. I would imagine it was parents, but... Oh, hang on. We can fold the harvester down a bit. There we go. Turn the engine off. Go for another round. So yeah, I think I'm going to go until past, just so that you guys can actually see regrown crops that I've actually planted today. I didn't think it was going to take this long. What I'll do is I'll work on getting some better machinery for the next stream. Or I'll work on getting the money for some better machinery for the next stream, which will be in 3 weeks' time. But yeah, for now, we'll just carry on as we were. I hope you've been enjoying yourselves. I am. So what I'm currently doing is I'm using a solid fertilizer. This one is really cheap, but it has a massive spread. It's a really, really great beginner's piece of kit. Um, as I become more profitable and I get larger fields, eventually I would buy... Eventually I would buy either one of these or one of these. So this solid fertilizer, solid fertilizer spreader only costs, I think it's 20,000, but it does 24 meters. It has a spread of 24 meters. Whereas the liquid fertilizers, first of all, liquid fertilizers get through the fertilizer really, really quickly. It's this one, isn't it? And so this one's 21 meters, but it costs 30,000. And like I said, it uses a lot more. It gets through the fertilizer a lot quicker. Not to mention, this is quite quick. I think the maximum speed for this is 20,000. I have got a loan. When you do the starter one, you start... Oh, no, okay, I haven't got a loan. I thought I did. Oh. Well, we might take out a loan then. I am doing jobs right now. I'm doing a contract to harvest these sunflowers. I don't tend to do contracts because they're just something extra to have to look after. But at this early stage in the game where I want to make as much money as quickly as possible, I will do a few contracts. Especially as I don't have many machines to look after, so... And if any of you are interested in playing this game, I'm going to give you a little bit of advice for the best way to get crop yields. First of all, turn liming off. Turn periodic ploughing off. All they do is they just make it take more effort. And what you want to do is harvest, obviously. So you harvest first, and then you cultivate. Once you cultivate, fertilize, then sow, then fertilize one more time. If you sow first and then fertilize, you have to wait for a stage of growth to put a second layer of fertilizer on. Whereas if you fertilize after cultivation and before sowing, you can do it all before having to wait for a layer of growth. And hey, Sleepy Fox, thanks for stopping by. So I guess what we will do is I'm going to take out 100,000. Oh, another thing as well with loans. Okay, so you can take out loans and repay them. The loan repayments are actually ridiculously cheap. Ridiculously cheap. So don't worry too much about taking out the maximum loan that you can. What's going on? We're still going, aren't we? Yep. Okay, so yeah, don't worry about taking out the maximum loan that you can. As you buy more land and more equipment, you will be able to take out a bigger loan. I think on one of my saves, I think I'm now able to take out an unlimited loan. I don't know if there is a limit because there's no quick way of adding £5,000. Every time you press it, it adds 5,000. So you can imagine it takes like 200 presses to get to 1 million. Anyway, so we got some money. Let's go get ourselves. First of all, I want a better cultivator. Oh, I need to check actually what Tractors I have. 85, 85, 81. Well, that's crap. So, how to tackle this? So I think what I'll do then is I might borrow, lease a tractor. No. We're gonna save up for one of those big ones. We're gonna save up for a big boy. Is this what I think it is? No, I don't think so. Okay, one thing we definitely need is a bigger seeder, but we do need a stronger tractor for that. So, how to do this? Let's have a look at the seeders, shall we? What's a... Well, my favourite one is actually this planter. What do I need for this? 206 kilowatts. That's going to be too much for what I can afford. 132, that's 6 meters. That's 9. That's just under 200. 12 meters. Hello, what's this here? 110 kilowatts, 12 meters wide, and it can seed. That sounds like a pretty good deal to me. Let's just check with the... There might be a couple of these that do seeding as well. No. Okay. I quite like the sound of that one. So where did that go? 100. That one. 107,000. We'll lease this for now. And we'll lease a medium tractor. It was 132, wasn't it? So let's go for something a little bit more powerful. Should we go for a JCB? No, we don't need it that powerful. We don't need it that powerful. Let's go for this. Oh, okay. It's my fault. I wasn't keeping an eye on it. Thankfully, with this great big field, all we have to do is harvest it. Otherwise, we'd be here all night. Okay, let's take this over to the farm. Oh, we need some seeds. Pallets of seeds. We'll buy 2 of these. My guess is this is meant to be down when you fill it. Okay, that's pretty cool. Ah, one thing I forgot to buy was a weight. Let's go for 1100, shall we? Release that as well. Pop that back up. There we go. we're off to the farm. Okay, we're going to tell that guy to stop because he's terrible. It's going to take all day. And we're going to use our brand new one. Ooh, turn the engine off. There we go. So we'll find those. Awesome, 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 awesome. Okay, here we go. That's much better. Look at that. Much quicker. You're almost done, so I don't have to worry too much about a cultivator just yet. I can lift you. How can't I lift you? Oh, it's already lifted. I'm going to go sell this sower. But first, we're going to unload it. May as well keep the seeds in there. There we go. Breaking the speed limit a little bit, but who cares? Sell that. And take this back to the farm. Okay, so what have we got left to do? You need to finish fertilizing. You are basically done, so I can go take that cultivator back. I can go sell this cultivator and I'll buy a new one. I will buy a cultivator. Oh, quick, we can get past him. We can get past him. Okay, so whilst we're here, we better buy a cultivator. That one. We could either buy a cultivator or a power harrow, but these are quite small. Or a disc harrow. Let's see. So we got one that was 12 meters. I wonder if we can manage. So we can manage a 6-meter disc harrow. Let's have a look at the cultivators. 6, 8, 12. Can't do 12. Okay, it looks like we are not managing. So we can manage a 5-meter. Well, barely manage a 5-meter cultivator. So we're going to go for the disc harrow then. Where was that one? 31,000. Okay, design. Let's see what the different designs are. Ah, okay, so this can also act as a fertilizer. So that would save a bit of time. I might do that later, but for now we'll just stick with it. Bog standard. One of the main problems that I have, though, is I have bought 2 bits of equipment that only one of my tractors can use. So that could present an issue. Oh dear. Okay, I don't think we're going to have the opportunity to use this one today. But that's okay, it gives you a reason to come back next time. Turn the engine on. We're going to quickly fertilize that other field. You've almost finished. That's good, that's good, that's good. Looks like we are on track to finish at past. I'll finish at past regardless of what happens. But I'd love to show you my some of my other farms. Awesome, that's that bit done. We'll take this back to the farm. We've almost finished with our 2 fields. This has got 2 more passes and then it's done. Where does it want me to take this? Contract is... Take it to Port Northwest. Awesome. Another job done. So both of these fields are sorted. I will need to weed them as we grow the crops. I'm not going to do that today. I shall save that riveting task for another time. Come on now, let's do this quickly, shall we? Right, let's go. Turn on the harvester. Trial worker. Do this. We have got enough time. Awesome, awesome, awesome. So we'll be finished with the contract. I'm going to quickly load up another farm to show you some of the equipment. And then I guess we'll call it a night. Okay, so now we need to take this over to port. Oh, I don't have any traction on my front tyres then. I'm going to take this over to the top port where we need to go. As you can see on the map, it's flashing our destination. A bit slow today. Let's put on cruise control, shall we? Oh, okay, the only reason that that train barrier is down is because the train is stopped at the station. It's not going to go anywhere because I've controlled the train. And to save me moving the train and then moving the truck, I just went round. It's okay though, that's okay. No one got hurt. Okay, and this is how we empty this lorry. See it go down. I'm not getting paid anything for this yet. Once I reach 100% completion for the contract, I will then start to get paid a little bit from what's left over. So as you can see, 66% transported for the field. Now I change to the back side and we start tipping. Oh, there we go. Contract finished and my money's going up. No, not yet. Okay, so I can go ahead and now complete the contract. We're going to go back over to our farm, make sure everything's sorted. Everything is nice and neat and arranged for the next time. Okay, wonderful. I'm going to click save. I'm going to take you to the main menu and I'm going to show you this farm. Yeah. Also, Sammy, thanks for joining. Hey, Eagle. Have you popped on to listen to my my licensed song? Because that wasn't it, by the way. Yeah, ever so early. It will be very soon. Okay, so this is my other save that I've spent 96 hours on. The stream is ending in just a sec. I'm just quickly showing you my equipment on my other one. So I've got two of these lorries. I've got a cotton carrying lorry. This is one of my seeders. I've got a ton of these tractors, which are really cool. Watch this, watch this. Change driving direction. Yeah, boy. Isn't that awesome? Now the front is the back. Okay, so I've got some smaller tractors. This is my cultivator. This is my big seeder. Well, I've got two of these. 4 combine harvesters. My fertilizers. And these are my cotton harvesters. Got 2 of these. My car. This is a forestry lorry. And then we're back to the train. So yeah, that's everything I've got for this. So I'm going to go ahead and end it now. I really appreciate you all stopping by for the first ever Friday farm. If you've enjoyed this, there'll be another one of these in 3 weeks' time. Next week, I will be doing a Friday flight, and the week after will be a Friday freight. If you enjoy this laid-back kind of content, I really recommend you check out every Friday at around 5 p.m. Thank you very much. Don't forget to like if you've enjoyed this and dislike if you didn't enjoy it. Honestly, either or, it helps me very much. Thank you for joining, and I shall see you soon. Bye-bye.